welcome to another week of Daily Devos. I am ecstatic that my mom and sister are here with me, and not only for this week, but hopefully, fingers crossed, for the entire month of May. So we'll see how that goes. But
you can tell if we don't do good, she's going to cut us out.
This is a trial run.
Right.
This is our trial run.
So, this is in honor of Mother's Day. This is Mother's May, and so I thought what a wonderful thing it would be to have Mom and Natalie do videos with me so that, you all get a break from just me. And you can see what it's about to just sit down and break open the Word with other people, other women who love the Word, who want to go deeper, who are ready to dig in. And so that's really my heart for this month, is that you see, you don't have to be special. You just have to have a Bible and a desire to open it. And so today, we're going to start talking about the Shunammite woman from 2 Kings chapter 4. And Natalie has graciously agreed to read that scripture for us. And so today we're going to get into the basis of that account so we can really hear the story, and then we'll break it apart. So that is 2 Kings chapter 4.
And I also read from the Amplified Classic. That is our generational, what
Jams.
Mom has passed down. And I am fortunate enough, my Amplified Bible was a gift from my mom, and I have tons of handwritten notes. She literally went through the Bible before she gave it to me and wrote the notes in there. So I know what's important, and there is a line written in this passage. So she has been before us.
Three more.
So this is 2 Kings chapter 4, and we're going to start in verse 8. One day Elisha went to Shunem, where a rich and influential woman lived, who insisted on his eating a meal. Afterward, when he passed by, he stopped there for a meal. And she said to her husband, "Behold now, I perceive that this is a holy man of God, who passes by continually. Let us make a small chamber on the housetop and put there for him a bed, a table, a chair, and a lamp. Then, whenever he comes to us, he can go up and outside the stairs and rest here." One day he came and turned to the chamber and lay there. And he said to Gehazi, his servant, "Call this Shunammite." When he had called her, he stood before him. And when he said to Gehazi, "Say now to her, you have been most painstakingly and reverently concerned for us. What is it to be done for you? Would you like to be spoken for to the king or to the commander of the army?" She answered, "I dwell among my own people. They are sufficient." Later Elisha said, "Then what is to be done for her?" Gehazi answered, "She has no child, and her husband is old." He said, "Call her." Gehazi called, and she stood in the doorway. Elisha said, "At this season, when the time comes around, you shall embrace a son." She said, "No, my lord, you man of God, do not lie to your handmaid." But the woman conceived and bore a son at that season the following year, as Elisha had said to her. When the child had grown, he went away one day to his father with the reapers. But he said to his father, "My head, my head." The man said to his servant, "Carry him to his mother." And when he was brought to his mother, he sat on her knees till noon, and then he died. And she went up and laid him on the bed of this man of God, and shut the door upon him, and went out. And she called to her husband and said, "Send me one of the servants and one of the donkeys, that I may go quickly to the man of God and come back again." And he said, "Why go to him today? It is neither the new moon nor the Sabbath." And she said, "It will be all right." Then she saddled the donkey and said to her servant, "Ride fast. Do not slacken your pace for me unless I tell you." So she set out and came to the man of God at Mount Carmel. When the man of God saw her afar off, he said to Gehazi, "This servant, behold, yonder is that Shunammite. Run to her, meet her, and say, 'Is it well with you? Well with your husband? Well with the child?' And she answered, 'It is well.' When she came to the mountain, to the man of God, she clung to his feet. Gehazi came and thrust her away. But the man of God said, "Let her alone. For her soul is bitter and vexed within her, and the Lord has hid it from me and has not told me. Then she said, Did I desire a son of my Lord? Did I not say, Do not deceive me? Then he said to Gehazi, Gird up your loins and take my staff in your hand, and go lay my staff on the face of the child. If you meet any man, do not salute him. If he salutes you, do not answer him. The mother of the child said, As the Lord lives and my soul lives, I will not leave you. And he arose and followed her. Gehazi passed on before them and laid the staff on the child's face, but the boy neither spoke nor heard. So he went back to meet Elisha and said to him, The child has not awakened. When Elisha arrived in the house, the child was dead and lay on his bed. So he went in, shut the door on the two of them, and prayed to the Lord. He went up and lay on the child, put his mouth on his mouth, his eyes on his eyes, and his hands on his hands. And as he stretched himself upon him and embraced him, the child's flesh became warm. Then he returned and walked in the house to and fro, and went up again and stretched himself upon him. And the child sneezed 7 times, and then opened his eyes. Then Elisha called Gehazi and said, Call this Shunammite. So he called her, and when she came, he said, Take up your son. She came and fell at his feet, bowing herself to the ground, and then she took up her son and went out.
Wow. Powerful story. That is a powerful attempt. We are going to stop here and dig into this tomorrow. I promise you do not want to miss digging into the meat of the story. We'll see you then. Bye, y'all.